Let's just be honest.
Be honest.
Let's just be honest.
Be honest. Hey, everybody. Today is the first episode of the Honest Podcast. So today we're going to be talking about growing up Adventist. And we all grew up in 3 different lifestyles of the Adventist. So with me today, I have Avery Clark and Henry Lowey. By the way, happy belated birthday, Henry. So I'm going to start with you. Are you ready for the question?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So my first question is, would you, when you get older, raise your kids in the Adventist atmosphere that you grew up in?
Wow, that's actually a really tough question for me, because growing up, I was able to have a good upbringing that allowed me to be the man that I am today. But there are a few things that I would do differently. Not that it was bad the way I was raised, by my mom, and by my grandparents. But I feel like if I was raised slightly differently, I wouldn't have had so many obstacles to overcome. I would be better prepared for life once I set out on my own.
What about you, Avery?
If I had kids, would I raise them Adventist? That is a real good question. Honestly, I would kind of raise them in the same environment, and it's just due to the fact that I grew up with a lot of Adventist people and around a lot of Adventist families and everything like that, and it's just to see how we all became as we got older. The predicament, it may not have been the best of the best, but I would have made probably like a few changes. There may be some things I would let my kids do that I wasn't allowed to do, some things I would go do with people that my parents didn't do, but I would raise them kind of in the same environment because I like the success bringing that became of being raised Adventist.
Take 1,000 pictures after church or meat. No meat was allowed. No meat at all. So I would raise my kids keeping the Sabbath, doing devotions, because in the household that I would regularly be in, we didn't really do that. We didn't, all of us did not do anything that we did at our grandmother's house. That's the only time we were exposed to it. That's the only time I went to church was when I was with her. And I'm really appreciative of that experience. And I'm really happy that she exposed me to it, because otherwise I probably wouldn't be in the church to this day without her. So I'm really thankful for that. And I would raise my kids that way. I do think, though, I'd probably give my kids chicken just because I like chicken. I don't think all meat is evil. I don't know if y'all agree with that or not, but hey, maybe that's just me.
She don't like chicken. She loves chicken. Like, we could have a long conversation about you and your chicken fetish.
What were the cartoons were you guys not allowed to watch? And I mean, not just on the Sabbath, like the whole childhood.
Since I grew up in a household that it was Adventist, and I wouldn't say it was strict like some people that I know, but it was moderately strict, I would say. So I couldn't watch shows I probably shouldn't have been watching anyway, such as South Park and Family Guy and American Dad. I was able to watch The Simpsons, though. But mostly those 3 shows are the ones that I really wasn't allowed to watch. And now when I got older and started watching them, I could see that for good reason, because I really shouldn't have been watching them at the time. Those were the only things that I really wanted to watch because I wasn't allowed to watch them, naturally. So I would sneak to the front room when my mom would try to go to sleep, or I would get up early to see if they were on. And every time she would catch me, every single time. Because even though I would turn the volume down, she always had a sixth sense and would know, and I would get in trouble, and we would repeat the process again. But I didn't think it was fair at the time. But now that I've gotten older, I see that she was just trying to protect me from things that I really shouldn't have been seeing or hearing. And then I appreciate it now that I'm older.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. But shows that I was not allowed to watch growing up and throughout childhood. there are a bunch, and it was just due to the fact that it's kind of how my parents were raising me. Like Simpsons and all that stuff, I wasn't really trying to watch those shows. The main show I was really trying to watch was like Scooby-Doo and Rugrats and stuff like that. But, you know, when me and my sister were young, it was our first time watching the Rugrats. We'd never seen it before. We decided we were gonna watch it. So we turned it on television. We were sitting there, and then Angelica stole a cookie. And so at that point, my dad walked in. He was like, "Nope, y'all ain't watching that," and turned it off. And we were like, "What? We don't even know what happened. She could get in trouble." I wasn't able to watch it, so I wasn't able to watch like Rugrats and things like that. I was able to watch like Kenan and Kel, all of that, and a lot of Disney shows, That's So Raven and stuff like that. But it wasn't really like until I got older that I found out Angelica got in trouble for that cookie that she stole. And like I was 13, 14, and I went back and showed my dad, and he was like, "Oh, well, you know, you live and you learn." But my thing is like, I kind of wish I had that childhood of watching that stuff. Like, Henry, you got to watch The Simpsons. I didn't get to watch The Simpsons until I was about 21 years old. All right, so you were blessed with some opportunity. I couldn't watch like Family Guy and stuff until I was like late 18, 19, stuff like that. So, but the shows that I did get to watch, I do cherish those a lot more than a lot of people do, like Kenan and Kel, Cousin Skeeter, stuff like that, all that and things like that. I love those shows, and those shows kind of helped me to get to where I am and doing comedy and doing shows and music and like that. But I can thank my parents for that. But I do wish I could have watched those Rugrats and things like that, because I would have got to see the different mindset of a cartoon for children back then.
I was only not allowed to watch maybe like 1 or 2 cartoons at my grandmother's house. Ed and Eddie, yeah, that was a definite no. If she even heard the theme song, she would just pop up at the end of the room and like, "You better turn that off." Like my grandmother did not cuss, but you would be terrified just if her voice changes, because it wasn't a normal thing. That's the number one thing that struck fear into us was if her voice changed. So we would not be allowed to watch that. She didn't really care for SpongeBob, but she did let us watch it. And I was obsessed with Scooby-Doo as a kid, so that was really the only thing that I watched as far as my childhood. So I'm kind of thankful, because when I would be at home and I watched Ed and Eddie, I wasn't really into it. Only like the holiday specials were actually interesting to me. The regular ones, they did seem like really, really ignorant and misbehaving children. So I was like, okay, I see why she doesn't want us to watch this. And then when I got older, I still don't really watch it. Only like I said, the holiday specials. So,
I love that show.
You do?
And yes. They were incredibly stupid, which is what I needed at the time.
Oh, and another thing about that show, Jawbreakers was not what I thought it was, because I went to go get some, and I'm like, this is not a jawbreaker.
That big.
I was so mad.
You thought a cartoon jawbreaker was a real jawbreaker? Wow.
Okay, look, but I was little though. I thought it was they make it look so soft and delicious, and I had it, and I was like, this is not at all what I thought it would be. This is terrible. I don't want this. And then every time I watch it, I'm like, ugh. And then SpongeBob, I don't know about y'all, but SpongeBob made me think of like a Whopper or something. But then it's a Krabby Patty. But then you got Mr. Krabs there, so I'm like,
SpongeBob made me think of a Whopper?
Because of the burger, but it's a Krabby Patty, because then you think, why is Mr. Krabs selling Krabby Patty? I'm like, wait a minute, this don't sound right. And I'm like, okay, this is not right.
I mean, I just have a few questions. Henry, I don't know if you're with me on these few questions about SpongeBob. For one, first question. All right, the Krabby Patty was probably like some beef or something like that. How you got beef underwater? First question. How did beef stay good underwater? Second question. All right. So then, okay, Krabby. I mean, I wouldn't go anywhere named Krusty Krabs or get a Krabby Patty, because I'm gonna have questions about that Krabby part of the patty. So you know, I just have a few questions about that show. And like, my parents were never really for the show SpongeBob, but I didn't really watch the show. Like I had little cousins who come over here and who lives on that pineapple under? And I'm like, okay, it's just weird. But Kick It, I do have your appreciation for Scooby Doo. You know, I wasn't able to watch Scooby Doo, but I was able to watch a pup named Scooby Doo. Same story, just the dog is a pup. But okay, but you know, it worked. It still had a great story. I felt comedy, but yeah, that's one about. Yeah, I wasn't gonna watch anything with a Krabby Patty. No, that just sounds weird. But you know, that's life. What about you, Henry?
Patties.
Do you agree with that? You love Krabby Patties. All right.
No, I love Krabby Patties. Pretty Patties and everything. SpongeBob was my favorite show for many years. Many years.
I thought you were gonna say The Simpsons were your favorite show, but all right. You know, that took that away from me. SpongeBob. Okay, the only thing about SpongeBob I liked was the candy Krabby Patties. I had a friend at my church who used to have the gummies, the little Krabby Patty gummies, and she used to be like my church hookup. You know, I'll be that good church kid, and you know, be like, and she'd be like, "Here about 3-4 of them things." I'm like, yes, I was good for the week for them Krabby Patties. You know, that Krabby Patty hustle at church. But you know,
Patty.
Yes, I was hustling for them Krabby Patty candies. Let's get it right. Krabby Patty candies. I'm not hustling for no Krabby Patties. The candy. The candy.
What did you guys love to eat? I don't know if y'all did this, but my grandmother used to pack us snacks because you know sometimes you don't eat after church. So, what was your favorite snack to eat at church?
My favorite snack to eat at church. That's it. Henry, I'm gonna let you go first. I gotta think on that one.
Man, I didn't really get snacks packed for church. Only time I would get a snack is when they would have communion, and then my mom would pack me a pack of crackers and some grape juice so that I wouldn't feel left out when they was having communion. And I really enjoyed that because my crackers were delicious, peanut butter crackers. And they had to eat those nasty wafer things. And so I had that advantage at the time. You know, I'd love to go back to that because the crackers that they have at communion now they're not it. They're not where it's at. So that's the only time I really had snacks at church.
Wait, your mother had your own personal snack pack of communion?
Yes, I wouldn't feel left out. I had a grape juice, had a cup of grape juice, and I had a pack of peanut butter crackers. And those were the days.
Your mom is the real one. She is the real one. Because my parents didn't do none of that for me. They're like, all right, get your little piece of that dry cracker and enjoy. I'm like, this is nasty. This is a nasty thing. But my snack, I can honestly say I had to think about it. My snack, I have snacks at church. Kit Kat, you were blessed.
Right.
I had a peppermint. You know, that was my snack right then and there. A peppermint. At church, I was like, I am starving. Daddy, where is that peppermint? And he would hand that thing. I would just be sitting there and having this red and white pepper. Oh, yes. That's why I had to get my Krabby Patty hustle, okay? Because I had no snacks in church. I had peppermints. And I only got one per Sabbath.
Like we had this dude. I'm not gonna say his name wrong, and I'm not gonna say his name because I don't know if people are okay with their names being said. But we had this dude. We would refer to him as the Candy Man because he had chocolate, candy canes, peppermints. He would always give it to us. We wouldn't even have to ask. He would just give it to us. And my grandmother, my favorite snack she would pack would be like, I love fruit. So any type of fruit and those little small bags of like blueberry muffins. And a Capri Sun. Yes.
All right, let me. What's the name of your church? Because it sounds like y'all had a whole bunch of food at your church. You ain't got that deal at mine. I was like, she got muffins, candies. And I'm like, that a full course meal, and you just sitting in church. The kids is up there having.
No, we would wait till after or like in the middle of church. where when our grandmother would start hearing our stomach growl, she'd be like, yeah, it's time for y'all to eat something. So then she would take us in the back and we would eat. We wouldn't just be chowing down in the sanctuary. That's disrespectful.
I'm just saying, y'all have like full course, sound like y'all have full course meals up there like your grandma. I'm like, your grandma need to teach the other grandmothers at the church and be like, hey, you make sure you have some goldfish and some blueberry muffins and everything where these kids now they can go to grandma, what you got in your purse? Instead she pull out an old peppermint that been in there since 1944. And then you just looking at the thing like, oh, thank you. No more, grandma, no more. But nah, you were lucky, Kit Kat. You're sounding like the lucky one out of the three of us.
Well, yeah, I know I have an awesome grandma. But I'm sorry I kind of took y'all off topic, but thank you for talking with me today and volunteering to be on here.
It's my pleasure. I love it.
It's an honor to be, on the Honest Podcast where we can be honest. It's a great thing about this podcast.
Well, thank you. So I hope you guys will come on another day. And for those of you watching, if you guys have any topics that you want us to talk about, or you actually want to be on here, you can email us at honestpodcast@hotmail.com. Okay? I'm going to put it right here. All right? Right here. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And do not forget to tune in on Saturday for the church service. We'll see you guys later.
Let's just be honest.
Be honest.
Let's just